Hey guys, welcome in everybody. Hi Ash, hi Ryan. Oh my god, you got first. Let's go. You ate. How are you doing, Ash? Let's get guys, I'm so excited for Pokemon tomorrow. I'm getting it all set up. Baby, take me dancing. Baby, take me dancing. Guys, we're gonna check on our little family today. I'm so excited. Hi Ash. Guys, I'm drinking. Oh, I need to turn my lights on. Hi. Lucas, hi, welcome in. It's been so long. How are you doing? I'm working, but I just made a tray of chocolate chip cookies. I love chocolate chip cookies. Can I have one, please? I can never catch your streams anymore because you stream at like 3 a.m. for me, and this boy has a job now. People said, I'm sorry. I missed you. How are you? How's your new job? Has everything been going well? Allie, welcome in. Quitting for the first time? Lucas, no, I'm sorry you had such a bad day. Well, I know it's 3 a.m. I know it's 3 a.m., but hopefully you can hang out for a little bit. We'll help you relax. It's Friday. Allie! Guys, the song? Oh, it's the right version too. Hey, hey, hey! Of those, like, the song? Instant classic. Why isn't Sim showing up? Oh, I know. I'll just do this. I'll have to set that up later. Excuse me. Guys, I'm drinking juice. Before July 21st update, remove mods. Oh, there's an update coming? Guys, we're gonna play our little family. Look, this chorus has me hooting and hollering and howling. Period. This song is so good. Happy Friday, guys. A little passion fruit juice. Nola was cracking me up. She was pretending her popsicle was lipstick. Period. She was feeling it. Shots? Let me go grab it, guys. No, no shots. Not today. Not today. Here we go. How's everybody doing this week? catch me up. What was a few good things that happened this week? Are you guys excited for the weekend? Let's see how much progress we can make with our family. Like let's develop this family. Develop their relationships with one another. Okay. Oh wait, we can have him. Okay, what are we up to right now? How's everybody doing? Wait, let's pause. It's 6 p.m. It's Tuesday. Oh, Mauricio's on a little daddy duty. Oh, the kids are stinky. Hold watch milestone. I'm gonna let that work out. Let's see. A blowout. It was a blowout. Not him going to watch the blowout happen. Best thing that happened was the Justy stream. Stop. Guys, I forgot I streamed on Monday and Tuesday of this week. Did you finish your homework, buddy? Where's your homework? I think he left his homework here. I'm actually, instead of homework, did he finish his homework? No, he didn't. Where are you going to take a nap? Don't go to sleep. God, he's tired. Honestly, maybe take a nap here. What are you doing to do? Doing homework together? We already did homework. First bath. Look at that. So sweet. That's our little heir. Marigold. She's evil. I'm not gonna lie. You have to bathe both babies. Here, wake up.
Lume Hopitu. Oh, Gobe. Iso Endak.
Give bath. Okay, stop, please. I don't like when you cry. This week went by so fast. Nothing exciting happened, but I got my child doing chores more constantly. I love that. Let's go. We love it. What is she doing? Eating eggs and toast. You know what? That's fine. What do we want? I kind of want her to be a swimmer. Notable newcomer. Leilani has started down the path to stardom. We got fame, guys. Oh, what's a formative movement? Beep, beep, boop, boop. Look, I'm a robot. Hee hee, not really. But I did see one the other day. Justina thinks robots are pretty cool. Just like Isabella does. Oh, that's awesome. Is she talking? Oh, I thought she was talking to the raccoon. What is going on over here? Smart friends are good friends. Looks like Justina just befriended a cerebral sim. Oh, yeah, sure. Why not? Okay, WizKid, get it, girl. Like, she's... Friends are like silly gummy bear pancakes. You can never have enough. Aww. Justina has a friend. Wait, we love this. Okay, guys, dramatic storyline. Okay, what is she doing? Watching the baby? I want you to... Wait. I need her to work out because she has the outdoorsy lifestyle. Let's not nap. I'm low-key gonna make you pee. She's gonna get, like, annoyed by not being outside. So I'm just gonna make her do that. We have your little friend here. Oh, he's awake again. What are we up to? I actually want you to go to the bathroom. Oh, she's gonna go to this bathroom too, isn't she? There's so many freaking family members. Is that a threat? Oh wait, we have one chick. It's Kevin. Oh, we have two chicks. Where's the other chick? I only see one. Oh, the other one's over here. Arc 2.0. I forgot about the new chickens we had. Oh, he's pooping. He's having a sad poop. Where's she going? You're having no fun? What if he went swimming? I think it's Christmas tomorrow in the game? Question mark? Let's have him use the bathroom. He's not having fun either. He needs to do some stuff. Yeah, prepare food and mix drinks. I'm just gonna have him cook. Let's see. Vegetarian safe. Let's do that. Some soup. I want him to like become a mixologist. So let's just have him keep cooking. We'll have him do all that. Maybe that'll make him have more fun. He just needs to build his skills. Is that gonna make you happy? Why are you so sad? Here, put this in your inventory. Put all this in your inventory. Can I put this butterfly in here? Oh, is there already a Dinah butterfly in here? I don't have my cheats on. I'm just gonna have him cook. Where's our homegirl? She's getting her workout on. Everyone's doing good. She finished her homework? Yeah, everyone's chilling. The babies are asleep. He needs to finish his homework. What is she doing? Oh, she's playing with her dolls. This is Justina. Like, make cannabis edibles. Well, yes. I have the basemental drugs in because I like when they're drunk. Like, the Sims drunk is kind of funny. Like, having real drinks in the game is fun. Oh, maybe I should tear down those walls. Oh, look at her. Play doctor. That's a fun game. Let's see what that. I have never seen that. Purchase Tetra. Oh, look at that animation. She is so sweet. Is he still sad? No, he's energized now. He's getting over his sad day. And then he can just go to sleep after. Or maybe you can eat that and then go to sleep. Love this mental mods. Yeah. You did so well with this house. It's so cute. Thank you, Ash. I think so too. I think the little Jack and Jill is cute. I like that I was able to make this extra room like his wine making den. Actually, speaking of, let's do testing sheets. Guys, I used to have this mod for schools. Just in case I have to move stuff around. Or build. I used to have this mod for schools where the toddlers would go to school and they would build skills. Looks very natural. Yeah, like it makes sense. I think so too. Oh, he's exhausted. Oh, Roma's gonna learn the responsible trait. Let's go. No, put this away. Put this in. No, that's not you. That's fine. You don't own this item. Well, then I guess it's gonna live there. He feels good. He's confident. Fatigued from working out? That's not Snape.
Jessica!
Hi, Star! How are you doing, Star? I'm a star. Some people build shit that hurts my head. I love building in The Sims. I love that I've gotten better at building in The Sims too. Oh. What happened? Oh, the baby's not happy. You know what? She's a great mom. I'll give her that. I'll give her that. She's a great mom. After feeding her, and then you need to take your shower. Take your bath. They need to go on a date or something. She just want to love her babies. Yeah, she's like, I stink, but I need to go love on my babies. Thank you for the shout out for Star. Star, how are you doing? How was your week this week? Thanks for coming in. Please go shower. Here, I'm gonna give you energy back so you can go shower. Go shower. Is everyone asleep? Homeboy is playing in her room. You have your own. Didn't I give you a little set to play with? You need to go to sleep. She's having a bath at 1 in the morning. I guess she's not gonna eat. I'm gonna have her sleep right after. Everyone's sleeping, which is great. I'm pretty good. I just got home from a little shopping. Ooh. What happened with the baby? Okay, well, at least he's gotten some sleep. I know it's 2 a.m. Oh, change diaper? Change. They're both awake. Oh! Oh! A milestone!
Lurvy Nobu.
What was the milestone?
Yabya Nobu.
Oh, he's so cute changing the diaper. To support my twins. Taco, look! She's asleep. Taco, how are you doing? Welcome in. Get your check-in. What did you get today shopping? Like, what were you shopping for? Was it like groceries, clothes, a bunch of stuff? They became good friends. That is so sweet.
Lipia Remick.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. It's automatic. Supersonic, hypnotic, funky fresh. I'm gonna reset it. See if it changes anything. Oh, okay. Babies, I need y'all to sleep. They're just awake. Oh, you're hungry. He went to sleep before feeding you. Oh, look at him. He's dead. I kind of hate that. I hate how sad he is. Oh my god, why is she upset? Then go to sleep. They are struggling, these two. They're so fussy. So it's not a safe... The banter shout out is crazy. Yeah, exactly. Ah, they're crying too much. Fix them, fix them. No, you need to feed him. Feed your baby. And you need to bathe her. Give bath. Homegirl's awake. Homegirl's gonna already go get food. What a great... Yes, girl, you better go. Guys, it's Christmas. I don't know why I named it that, but I think that's what we're gonna call it. They're celebrating a feeling, guys. Gonna be lurking while Ribbles. Enjoy your Ribbles. She said the P in my name stands for patience. That's why there's no P in my name. Thank God you're streaming. Hi, Ronathan. Hi, welcome in. Thank you for the check-in. Guys, this game has me on, like, super distracted. Like, I need to pay attention. She's gonna get food. Honestly, go for it. What do we need to do? Bake? We need to clean. Give gifts. Oh, maybe let's decorate the house for Christmas. Are we down for that? I don't know if I have Christmas decorations. No, I don't. Holiday tree. There you go. Do something like this. Gifts. Ah! Presents. Yes. Oh, that's a lot of gifts. Let's make that smaller, and honestly, we just put it here. That's cute, right? That's cute. Oh, there's so much space back here. Actually, hold on. Maybe something like this. Where's that tree skirt? Oh, I can't delete it because it's a debugged item. Oh, I can't even delete it. Object can't be deleted. Well, that's gonna be a problem, Maury. Let's see. Let's see. I can't even interact with it.
Oh.
Yes, I'm aware there's no floor. Oh, Justin. Hi, Shadow. Shadow, get your check-in, friend. So, I know we did a lot. Yeah. But I'm not going to save. I'm just going to reset the game. Bye. More than my family at this point. I'm dead. Hi, Shadow. Ronnie, how are you feeling? How are you doing? Ryan really is a Scorpio. I can't wait till Christmas. Me neither. Okay, guys, we're going to try that again. We're going to try that again. Four times is bad. It's okay. We all have to start somewhere. How you doing, Shadow? Shadow, how have you been? How's your streams been? It's so good to see you here. The tiny archways all over again. I know. Well, now I know it's Christmas, so we could just decorate first. You streaming is my perfect excuse to not stream. That's no excuse. Why don't you want to stream, my friend? What were you gonna stream? Yeah, exactly, Ali. Just sweating my life out on Fort. Guys, what is Fortnite? What's Fortnite, guys? Ron, why don't you want to stream, my friend? I know, it does get exhausting. I really want to play DBD later. So if anybody wants to play, hell. Sims, open. Mental health thing? Oh, mental health thing. I'm sorry. So you're keeping me company. Yes, do your power wash sim. Come on, guys, please. Ronnie, how was your week? How was your week? Do you have anything exciting planned for the weekend? All right. Let's try this again. We're going to put our cheats in the minute we get in here. Yeah, of course, Ronnie. We all want you to heal and take care of yourself the best way you know how. So if it means no stream today, then that's what it means. And we're just going to have to get over it. I'm glad you're taking care of yourself. You're putting yourself first. Trust me, I'm the master at being like, no stream today. I'm tired. Okay. Before we get started on anything, let's decorate for the whole homework debacle. So much was happening. Okay. I think I'm gonna move this over here. Oh, is it covering one? Oops. Oops. I didn't mean for that to be a thing. Maybe here to fill up the space a little bit better. How about like that? Does that look good? Think so. And then we can put the tree up. Tree. Oh, it's a holiday. Oh, we have a few options here. Okay, 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 okay. Oh, this is a cute tree. Let's do one they can decorate together, I guess. Oh, that's cute. And now the gifts. Where are the gifts? Large pile of presents. Then we'll do this one. So little. Oh, and then we have these. And then this big pile. That's good. Now they can decorate it together. Kiddo's finally done with summer school. Okay, that's a good thing. Yes, tu sabe, tu sabe. The whole house mad. I know. The school posted the supply list. Oh my god, no way already? That's crazy. There's no way. Oh my god, the babies are sad again. I'm gonna let him do what he gotta do. Do your homework. Because for some reason, you lost your book. He can't do homework. He has to wait for her to finish. Because for some reason, he lost his book. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna have you do this. I'm gonna have you hang out with the chickens. Get chicken nugget advice. Feed Arc 2.0. We're gonna start this day over, okay, guys? I'm gonna let the... Oh! No, Mauricio. You need to wake up. Because they both need a bath, like you're doing the most. Give your child a bath. Where are you? Where? No. Don't browse books. Don't browse books. Give your child a bath, please. Please. He's tired. We're at the tired portion of the day, but he has homework to do. You're next in line for homework, buddy. Sorry. Mama's back. Mama's energized. We're gonna take that. We're gonna do push-ups. We are going to go on an energized jog. We're not even gonna come inside. Confident. Oh, you're confident? Okay. Be like a champion. I want you to make friends with whole girl. Talk about toys. Quote the cartoon character. Let's do all that. Oh, look at them over here being so cute. Now you can put him to bed. Oh no, actually do tummy time with him. Why won't he go into the tub? Put him in the crib. What happened? Not him making that noise at their stinky butts. Yeah, literally. Can you do your homework? The homework that somehow doesn't belong to you anymore? Not her mocking the toy. Be so serious. What can they do together? Yeah, put him to bed. No bugs. No bugs. Here, now we can wake her up. Good night, little baby. Oh, she's already awake. Love that. Love that for us. Oh my god, the babies are crying again. The babies are crying again. Help, 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 help. Help! There's too many babies. It be like that sometimes. There's too much happening. I'm so overwhelmed. After you're done here, I think you're gonna take care of the animals. And what's Mama doing? Mama's still on her jog. Look at that. Why is he upset? Because he's tired? Go to sleep. I need a nanny. Like, there's too much happening. I'm overwhelmed. Oh no, there's clothes out here. Can I have Mama do it? Like your baby don't. Oh look! Oh, they're so cute. Like how can I hate them? And that's our little heir. Okay, the redo to the day is already working out in our favor. We love a responsible trait. Oh, look at them chatting. Why would he grab a book and not use the bathroom? Like, put it all away. Can you use the bathroom like a freak? Okay, babies are in bed. What's Mama doing? Mama's about to take a shower. Let's go. Let's use the bathroom first, then take a thoughtful shower. How about that? And then I think we can just... Oh, let's cook together. Let's cook together. They need to go on a date. Their romance is so low. Let's do garlic noodles. He needs to go to sleep. I think I'm just gonna cheat his hunger a little bit. Is she hungry? Yeah, she's hungry. Okay, she's asleep though. I'm gonna have you cook. Can you guys cook together? Mac and cheese? I think I want to edit this bathroom too because I've seen some... I've had some inspiration. Okay, girl, it's 10:41 on a school night. Go home. Yeah, you should really get going. Your parents are probably worried. You're a child. Like a real dad. Like, why are you grabbing a book, sir? Oh, look at them cooking together. They're not even talking to one another. I need them to have more romance. I'm gonna say she took a shower, and I'm gonna just whatever. I want them to interact. Oh, we finished the mac and cheese.
Woba, Mivara.
Here, grab the serving. Actually, grab the serving.
Huh?
Yeah, she can go to bed now. Likes deep thoughts? Yeah. I mean, he's obsessed with her. Look, maybe they can have some alone time. Everyone's asleep but them. They'll just have some alone time. Let's get them real flirty. Let's get them... What else do you want to do? Let's see. Talk over relationship fears. From fear... Okay, yeah, let's do that. Talk over relationship fears. Relationship...
Spade hep yum. Avawini, sweat.
What is it? Romance? What did it say it was? Relationship fear. Oh. Romantic character. Oh, okay.
Lunkes, Yakana.
Yeah, let's do that.
Smishy Lafana. Flanibi.
Oh, he just walked away from her. That's not good. There you go. Let's try that now. Oh, she's like, I'm really nervous you're gonna cheat on me. Oh, that's so sweet. Are we okay? Yes. Stop. Let's go. She loves
Lucci.
him. Talk about cooking.
Kaljundarishi. Finifesh. Septa.
Let's kiss cheek. Let's get really
Switcho.
flirty. You know, we haven't been flirty since the
Erba
babies.
Ufa Taru.
Snurzem.
Yibs.
Let's
Save us,
flatter
Snurza.
each other.
Habla me.
Ah.
Yibla.
over there.
Yitzel.
No, this is not a boring
Ashka,
conversation.
Saboy.
Be so serious. He's too tired. He's too tired, so it's like canceling it out. But he was having fun with her. You know what? It is 1 a.m. You know what? I don't even blame you. Go to sleep. Go to sleep then. Go to sleep. Doing too much. What happened? Why are they up? Why is she up? Oh, there's a monster under the bed. Justina has discovered that something strange is currently living under her bed. Well, that's not good. What is she going down to wake her mom up? Okay. Let's let this play out. Mom. All the way to mom's room.
Oh, Hafkazoi?
Hey, do you want to spray the monster under my bed, Mom? She's like, I'm so fed up with you and your damn monster.
Stay. Oh. Charkelmazo? Anyway.
Sure, I'll go spray your mom.
Teza?
She woke them both up, bro. Like, please be so serious. Why is she, like, trapped in that? Yeah. Oh my god, the baby's awake. The baby's awake and he's hungry. Okay, maybe he does need to wake up. Wait, wait, wait. You need to be a dad for a second. Baby's about to wake up. Oh. No, don't go back to sleep. Don't go back to sleep. You need to get your baby. Let's change his diaper. And then bottle feed. Oh my god, they're both, no, please. No, please. You need to feed this one. Feed this one. Feed this one. Feed this one. Feed this one.
Yabba.
Girl, calm down. You need to feed your babies. What is she doing? The monster is still under the bed.
Play-Doh.
Can you go to bed? Why are we stuck? Why are we stuck? Why are we stuck? Because they're crying and it's taking over everything. Okay. No, you need to change his diaper. And then you need to feed him. Please be serious. It's 2 a.m., guys. Get it together. Get it together. Get it together. Get it together.
Oh, Susu.
Oh.
They're broken. Can you go to bed? She's bugged. She's bugged out. Hey, what's up, Cosmosis? Up at 2 a.m. on Christmas Eve. Like, what is going on? Why is he so stinky?
Aw.
We just changed his diaper. Like, clean him up. Oh, he hasn't changed the diaper yet. Are they fighting for the diaper? Why are you talking to them? Stop chatting. Put the baby down. Put the baby down.
Maparu. Susu young.
So realistic, to be fair.
Amoeba.
Guys, I can't do it. It's too much. It's too much for me. Please. Kiss goodnight. So cute. They're doing parent duties. Okay, please go back to bed. Please don't do too much. Don't do too much. Just go to bed. And he has to put the baby to sleep. Look at that. Okay, autonomy is working. No, the monster's back. She's literally bugged. I'm gonna just remove this bed and give her a new bed. That's fine. Oh, it's definitely clipped into the wall. He's up at 3:40 in the morning. No, 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 no. You're gonna go back to sleep. Everyone go to sleep. It's too late in the morning. Please. No, please, just go to sleep. Just decide that sleep is what you want to do. Sleep is what you want to do. Cosmosis, how are you doing? How's your week? Everyone go back to bed. He's fine. Yeah, stay fine. It's okay. Go to sleep, please. Why is she broken? Why is she broken? Alright, guys, I think I have to reset the game again. Why? Why is she broken? Pobre never learned. I know. She never learned how to sleep in her own bed. Let's restart the whole thing. Guys, this is the second time I've had to restart Sims. No. No. Oh, BRB. I'm gonna get water. I'm gonna put some music on. I'm gonna get water and I'm gonna get some cheese. Excuse me. BRB. Alright, back with Cheez-Its. Let's try this again. Oh yeah, everyone's broken. Like, I need you to go to sleep. There you go.
Anadeola?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Dufka. Usma.
Everyone go to bed.
Krez Banka. Briv.
She had her 18th breakthrough at 5 a.m. Oh. Wait, is she awake for the day? I'm not ready for this. Okay, you know what? It's 5:30. I'm gonna cheat her need. She's the matriarch. She's the mama. We're gonna have her start the day early, because otherwise she gets nothing done with her kids. Maybe she'll have her alone time. I'm gonna have to get her satisfied.
Oh.
Excuse me. Oh no, the clothes are still out here. Let's cook a few things. Let's do breakfast scramble. Cause that's just what you look at her doing yoga. Let's go, girl. Get that core together. What's wrong with him? Nothing. He's just he's just an early riser.
Scarfa!
She has a list of chores to do. I love putting my Sims to chores. Alright. Who can we wake up? He's having no fun. I want him to harvest this. Harvest grapes. Harvest grapes. We're gonna have him.
Poopatay! Dolores!
Let's have him do family stuff.
Yada boo!
I'm gonna have her use the bathroom. I'm gonna have her brush her teeth. I'll have her bathe too.
Ephedroy Yambara.
Tuga!
Pinaruja Sapa. Axine.
Kira.
Seraphi. Maya Pardu.
Ephedroy.
Skizna Plushi.
Woohoo!
Tashibi. Nyafloof. Skizna Plushi.
I just like them to do
Faruqi
boring stuff.
Payun,
It's Christmas.
Zaruga.
It's Christmas Eve, you know.
Zappin Kwarjabin. Shimre. Lance of Zarde. Ooh. Yeah, Garsa Warbe. Tabopa. Tell a Jim Wibsey.
Branca Flanobo.
Oh, Quapo.
Lavar.
New Beam. Ifla.
Tina.
Usmavadish. Ah.
No, Quasar.
Huh?
Oh, he's so good to her.
Ibsy?
Fadish.
Farpik Anuna.
Jangi?
Shenek. Buna.
Ispa.
Huh?
Hemu.
Wavoo. Iso Endak. Huh?
Sona.
Nabinuk.
Well, no.
Shiboye.
We'll just have them each grab a serving.
Fwash. Dombra Bokaro. Fanjib.
What else does she have to do? Oh, and there's Rom. Romulo. Here, let's brush teeth. Let's just do all the regular boring things that people do. Use the bathroom. I kind of want to join an after-school activity. What else do we have to do? Oh, stomp playfully. Let's do it for both of them. We can make him I think they're both scouts though. I think they're both scouts, low key. Even though I have the drama club, you know. No bean? What do you mean no bean? Oh my god, help, help, help. Oh, she's jogging. I guess you're gonna view a frog? Here, check on your baby. Cuddle. Oh, maybe do tummy time now. Tummy time. He's having no fun? Girl, get your fun up. Like, what do you mean you're not having fun? Oh, slept through the night. Let's go. It's 1 p.m. And she is still jogging. You better go, girl. Look at her go.
Hey! Chabadoo!
Oh my god, they're both broken now. Oh, lift head. Let's do that. There's so much happening. I'm gonna let him figure it out. Oh, is she in there with them? Not her laughing at the baby, like, ha ha ha, you don't even know how to lift your head. Why is she sad? Seeking solace from fear of being alone? No, here, let's add this. Decorate tree with ornaments. Red and gold with everybody. Light tree with everybody. And place it, and then we can do this. Open presents. She's gonna get us started.
Shady move.
Oh, they're all meeting up. He's gonna put the baby down. Right on the floor, right in front of the tree. There you go. Yeah, just put her there. Oh my god, just in the bedroom by himself.
Hey!
Girl, can you hurry up and get home? Like, your children need you. Also, like... Like, let's randomize these outfits a little bit. Oh, look at them decorating the tree together.
Hmm.
Checking on the kid. She's bringing her heir over. I had a designated force spy put all the kids when they were little. Oh my god, no way. Look at them go. Okay, there's like, yeah, you want to see the tree? Look. He's gonna do the same thing with the other baby. Oh no, he's just not gonna help.
Oh, are you black? Oh.
Oh, they gave up on the tree.
Yada boo! Yada boo!
Zoom.
Jarba! One!
Sturm you bow.
Oh! Ah!
Oh.
Cow, go! Ha ha! Oofa! Eva! Florid! Banana!
Look, see, he brought the baby. He brought the baby. He brought the baby.
Florid.
Kevin is now a fully grown rooster. Oh my god, Kevin. Kevin, you're a rooster now, Kevin. Look, you're so big. Where are you? That's one. Where's my other chicken? Well,
Nukem stay!
Hoopatoo.
Banana.
Trouble.
why is he irritated?
Vanarla. Grinza. Funo.
Dorne. Barbamoo. Crange. Yipsy.
Suna. Grinza. Hoopatse.
Masna. Lane.
Doyun.
Ah.
Grinza. Syndicate. Roby. Syndicate.
The tree is broken. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Turful perpana. Kirasha Yabasane. Milpa Brehe. Gibaru you.
She's like, wait, I have a harvest to complete. Let's fix your bladder. Come on, come on. They could kind of roll and not crawl because I was scared and they would roll off everything. And you were like, but you can't be above ground, please. You need to be firmly on the ground. They're gonna open gifts.
Oh, shoot, be around.
Oh, did she just miss out on the gifts?
Yifka Bumzoi. Falanas Pitfall. Bivanj.
Umas, Zomas,
Pizza.
Dismas,
Stop it.
Shamba.
Ribo. Traffic Bash.
Look at them. They're so cute. Wow, you're actually pretty cool. I guess grown-ups aren't always as weird as they seem. Oh my god, that's so sweet. They have a relationship. Not my dead dad. Congrats on your job. Oh, thanks, dead dad. Why does he have all these? Oh, he's sick.
Sao. Ubi. Phoebe Dibwa.
I have medicine in here.
Vipna.
There's some more.
Oh, good mouth.
Yeah, feed the kids.
Naparu. Dombilawa Susa.
Let's put these boards out here. They're still opening gifts. Oh, look at that.
Deroy.
Uh-oh.
Anna Bouchard?
Why is she embarrassed? Caught pranking? Oh, she's pranking the gifts, girl. Oh, look at him with the babies. Like, they're all so cute. Sick. Science mom. Yeah, literally, I had medicine in my pocket. I'm just waiting for him to take it. Stop watching. Go take your medicine. She has to go swimming. Take your medicine.
Mazimze? Laffy.
Oh, did he already take it? He must have taken it already. Where does he put it? Where does he put it? In the fridge? He puts it in the fridge. Oh, interesting.
Good. Now it's Sneefa.
Wake up, girly. It's Christmas.
Oh, Sikla Yuma. Yipsy. Simba Navy.
Yeah, Science Mom just took care of the sickness.
Neeb Azul. Flinta Fiara.
Ho, ho, ho!
You're Navarro.
Ew.
Yes.
I'm trying to get them all to cook together.
Or Sylvie.
You told him.
This is all I wanted. I wanted them to cook together. They're all with Santa. Hi, Santa. They're all meeting Santa for the first time, guys.
Soldier de Sulate.
Just in his kitchen. Just in the kitchen with Santa.
Spoil, Leffy Steve. Lyre.
Oh, please.
The
Honey.
son of Ara.
Yip, yip, yip.
Gabafloni.
Yipfa, yip,
Ah.
Arogaba.
I'll have him sit at the table.
Ho, ho, ho! Ah, Yabehorn.
Gorbet, Bazoko, Lamon, Plapagazi, Shun. Yumba Zago, Warpo. Bora, Guapo, Bora.
Bevel boy.
Ah. And she miss? Ah.
Santa, what are you talking to her about?
Favu.
Yup.
We made brownies for this very occasion. Hold on. Where are the brownies? Where are the brownies? Brownies. We literally made brownies. Anyway, I guess there's no brownies.
Huh?
Vidish.
Gribbix.
Yes.
Yoo-hoo. Bambili.
Ooh, a wisp? What's that?
Ah. Nopsa.
Little camping bunny?
Nopsa limita.
Ooh. Oh, it's a void. Let's go. It's a void card.
Ho ho.
Hey, Santa. How's it going?
Ooh, you.
Ooh, Sibo. Oh,
Ooh,
that one.
uh-huh.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, everyone should sit here.
Wait
At
a
11
fucking-
p.m., having dinner with Santa Claus.
Buna!
Viva.
Huh?
Torquay Nuva.
Jay. Green is
Oh,
more.
Mancini.
Suplo. Horza. Famor. Irisa. Ha.
Ooh. Way
Oh,
back.
Ospa.
How's the food, everyone?
Haha, Yipsy.
Lamita Noonku.
You.
Lachi.
Hey!
Rena Day.
Yeah, bad whoa.
Look at them go.
Oopspe. Finerba. Raga.
Aroga ba. Henna Borf. Varobi. Spinal. Shani Bazaar.
A tender neck kiss. Let's do that.
Irish Bosch. Uh-huh.
Jerba.
Finerball.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Swoodacho. Lungebergna. Geba Base.
Oh, Ufa Taru.
Then everyone should go to sleep. Oh, so sweet. Oh, they're getting romantic in the kitchen.
Nuga. Surf.
Oh.
Shoot
Chabo. Semba Wan. Shupaza Esenoi. Frimpisha. Quaba. Lumba Clunkus Esenoi.
I want him to go upstairs and make stuff. Oh, he is tired? Sorry, buddy. You're not that tired. Put away. I want you to practice making drinks. I want you to get that skill up.
Eba.
Let's go. Did she use the bathroom? Oh, she's going to use the bathroom.
Yabba.
A yabba! A
Fareek.
yabba! Fareek! See, everyone's a freak. Oh, he had to use the bathroom too. Check infant. What's wrong with the infant? Oh, just on the floor here. Laughing at her sister is crazy.
Scroble.
Here, let's do this. Change diaper.
Senzibi. Blaine.
Wop Sparsi. Gotta boo.
Honey, I need you to go to bed. Go to sleep. Everyone enjoyed their holiday. That's insane! Insane! We did it.
Jisaweeb. Managa.
Hey!
Juga! Handfist. Torb. Unrumblere.
Baribi. Baribi.
Yeah, stop going through the trash, Hope. Just like a raccoon, making a mess in my house. I need him to go to bed. Wait, does she really need a shower? Oh my god, she needs a bath. So much is happening. I need her to just go to sleep and be stinky and go to sleep. It's raining outside. The laundry is broken. We have no clean clothes. Oh, she's taking a nap. Oh, we only need the one? Oh, he's awake. He's still itchy. Hold on, he's still itchy. Why? Why are you still itchy? I want them all asleep. It just makes everything easier. Just go back to bed, please. Oh, you know what I don't have on? I didn't have aging on like an idiot. Okay, it's only been one day though. It's fine. I need it, yeah, and then you need to go to bed. Like we're all doing the most. Like everybody go to sleep. Everybody go to sleep. Like he's already stinky. Why? Why are you already stinky? When are y'all's birthdays? Oh my god. Birthdays are coming up. Birthdays are coming up next week. We're on Thursday, next Wednesday. Birthdays are coming. Oh my god, and it's Leilani's birthday next Wednesday too. They share a birthday. Everyone's gonna age up in a second. Spotlight is fading. Yeah, girl, because she's a mom. Okay. 5 in the morning. Babies are scared. I'm gonna have to use the bathroom while he takes a shower. Justina has another loose tooth. It's still raining, by the way. You lost a practice tooth. Remember to take care of your real ones. Aww. Oh my god. Not the monster's back.
Fluffy,
Okay, can you go back to sleep though?
Yuma, Fluffy.
Kimbo Frosh.
Nigga, are you okay? You're just stinky.
Barspa. Hanoi.
Honestly, yeah. React. Do what you gotta do. Oh, it's not raining anymore. Okay, buddy. You know what time it is. Why are you taking a bath? Like, that's not what I told you to do. Let's give the baby a bath. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. He's taking all the laundry. That's all I wanted him to do. Take this one. Take this one. Oh, no. It's just laundry on the floor. It's fine. We're going to have him do all the laundry. Like, I don't even care. Oh, those are dirty. Can I throw it away? Can I throw the laundry away? Nope. Oh, she's like, it's fine. We'll take you a little bath. Give you a little bath. All right, she's awake. Read under the covers for a little bit. It's a little early. 7 a.m. Oh, school today, by the way. Oh, look at her reading. She's so sweet. Oh, she's making coffee. Why is she so tired? I'm gonna fix that.
Oh, please, Snowball.
No, I don't. Not empty the bowl. I want to go. Celebrity level lost. It's fine. Come on, come on. I need you to do this. Finish the laundry. Finish the laundry before work. Everyone's awake. No, don't skip school. No. Oh, it's raining. Fucking A, bro. Why is it raining again? The laundry up here is so full. There's not enough laundry. Guys, I think it's time we invest in a clothes dryer. There's just not enough places. Maybe we get a dryer. And honestly, it can fit here. Here, we can even add a... I like this. I don't mind this at all. See, now she can... I'm gonna let them be angry. I don't even care. I don't even care. I'm gonna have her clean up. She's not stinky anymore. Why would she go from the outside? Hun, can you go to school? Can you go to school? Can you go to school? Why are you still here?
Vaneka. Jarby.
Why is she going from the outside? There's stairs right here. Why won't she just go up those stairs? Very unsatisfied in our relationship. If you are mean to me while I feel this, I may have to break up with you. Excuse me? Unsatisfied? We're not gonna do this right now. That's not what we're doing. What we're doing is lying. She doesn't recognize here.
Tanaka.
She doesn't recognize this. It's not on the same floor, maybe? Oh, she can't reach it. That's what's happening. What happened? I have no idea. Send alone.
Oh.
They need to go on a date. No, don't check the infant. Don't talk to work. Don't talk to work. Just go to work after you dry the laundry, please. Sent to daycare. Guys, it's pouring rain. It's so rainy out. It's not raining anymore. Thank goodness. The rain was getting too much. Romantic, extreme dissatisfaction. But why? What? I thought they were just having like romantic relationship on thin ice. Try Cupid's Counseling by Cupid's Corner. We have semi-graduated therapists just referring to give your relationship a boost. Let's do it. Let's do the counseling. Oh, we have to be in the same lot. Invite Isabella again? No, the rain is going to stress us out. Just go inside. They have scouts today, right? Oh, in 2 days. Oh, it's on the weekend. Here, we're going to do homework. Damn, just thunder and lightning. Like, this would be so scary. We were neck kissing. Yeah, we were just neck kissing. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Extremely dissatisfied. What do you need from us? Let's figure that out. Okay. Tense. Let's do this. Replace that. The babies are scared. I need them to age up already. Serve dinner. I'm looking for vegetarian safe stuff. Vegetable dumplings. How about that? I'm making your happiness up. We cannot afford another unhappy relationship, okay? Y'all are doing your homework. She's stinky. She has a lot to do. I'm gonna put her fun up too, because I don't even care. I don't even care. Not the lightning keep breaking this. Here, we're gonna make her do some relationship work.
Blah, Simba, off.
Toe and mouth? What? Why is she on the floor? She has a list of tasks she needs to get done.
Whoa, whoa, Buega.
Everyone's tense. Everyone's tense. Yep, you have a lot of talking to do. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Baby's crying.
Hinbe Yishla? Oh.
Like, what's going on? I'm feeling very unsatisfied. Okay, but why is that?
You'll seep.
Oh.
Savannah
Barbara
Sarah?
Quilk.
Evelyn? Raymond. Uzbek. Nobashu. Turu Kana. Kamas.
Who's this? Ash? Harjo? Yeah, he likes discussing hobbies. Keep talking with hobbies.
Shalabi. Snow Garzo. Chorp Janil.
Shasharay Binru.
Pusor. Sakahu. Hani.
Sacrinario. Aragaba Abanor. Stumpsy.
Like, I don't know what we have to do. I don't know what we have to work on.
Ruby Niara.
Lucas.
Robobi.
Ralasay.
Oh. Oh.
Wasn't open to working on. He will have to try again after some time has passed and both Sims are already both in a good mood. Oh, it's because they're not in a good mood.
Maisie Grove. Craybow.
Yeah, I want them to have.
Maisie Grove. Craybow.
Ishala.
Who from?
Hineva.
Gibbs.
Yishla na boo.
Yeah, Nubu.
Norfolk West.
Like, I want them to work on it. She has a lot of chores to do.
Benjui. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Ooh. Aw.
Wanu.
I have to make them all watch the TV premiere, actually. This is so stressful. So many tasks.
No, Luca.
They're all watching it together.
Wait, whoa!
Oh, she's so sad.
Hello, Isoy Brabani.
Oh, Luca.
Barlini Yorin.
Eva bow.
Not smart enough. I've been trying to do homework for school, but the last few assignments have felt really hard. Maybe I'm not smart enough to do it. What do you think? Spend more time, practice makes perfect, focus on different topics. I think he would say practice hard. She didn't even watch the
Deroy.
premiere. Having them do all these chores. She had so much to do. Leilani, come on girl, you need to be better. I'll let him take care of the baby. Actually, you should replace... Oh, you can't replace water. Interesting. Go take a shower. Why do they always default to bubble bath? Like, take a shower. She's exhausted. I want to make her have fun. Like, what do you mean? She's literally gardening.
Coisa muito fã. It's a noi. Uh-huh.
What the hell was that? Did y'all hear that? Let's fix this bathroom right now. Actually, let's let her go. The Sims need a whimsy when they bathe. That's true, that's true. Oh, look, why is he awake? Why are you fully dressed? Go to sleep. I'm gonna turn all the lights on. Hello? Can we do something like this? Oh, something like this. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I want to put like a shrouded window or something. Hmm. What does this one look like? Oh, it's it's literally a screen. That's not what I wanted. I want something like this, but well, unless we did that. Oh, that's not bad, actually. I think I'm just gonna do the walls. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the glass walls. These don't even look as good as I thought they were gonna look. With a little glass door. Hi, Sab. What's up, Pancake? Pancake! Good morning. How are you doing? I saw Sab and I was like, Sab. And then I was like, wait, I know that. I know that name. It's a Pancake. How are you doing, Pancake? I think we're gonna do the same shower style. I mean, this is already kind of private, so I don't really feel that bad about having like glass walls for the shower. But I definitely wanted something a little bit better for like a little bit more functional. See, and then we could put the toilet. Here, actually. Always put your toilet paper, guys. Always put your toilet paper. Here, we'll put it right there. How are you doing, Pancake? You doing good? What do you have planned this weekend? Are you excited for the weekend? I hope you had a great week. I like to ask people like what was one good thing that happened to them this week? I think we can put the towels over here. And like a shower caddy, I guess. Shower caddy? Shower caddy? Is this the only one that's like a little functional? I forget this is a kid's shower, so we probably want to make this a little lower. Maybe we go pink? Sure, why not? That's way better. That's way better. See, this is why I wanted to do this. See, and this is why I wanted to do this. Go to bed, please. I got paid. Literally, teacher Justin coming out to ask us one. Yes, I always want to know too. Like, I'm so invested in you guys. I hope you guys feel that way. She has so many chores to do, and her fame went down. Like,
Ah. True. Smeeba! Them's the day.
she's
Them's the
exhausted. Girl, you
day.
have so many chores to do. Go, go, go. You're the only one awake at this point. And just like that. What? Honestly, that's how I feel. That happens to you. You get paid weekly. Wait, that's kind of incredible. Getting paid weekly. Give bath. Go do that. Loud noises. She's the only one that gets affected by the monster, by the way. No, 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 no. No, don't worry. She just went to bed. Just go back to sleep. Like, you're gonna be okay. Come on, bed. I think the bed's broken. What's that? One good thing that happened to me, friend? Let's see. I can't. You know what? I'm gonna save it here. I think she's broken again. We did what we could. We did what we could. We got far. Not really. We spent like 3 days. We have birthdays coming up in The Sims. Okay. I can't do it. I can't. Ah! One good thing that happened to me this week was, so I picked up a shift at my part-time job, and I really like the people I work with, so it wasn't horrible to do after work yesterday. And so, yeah, I was literally about to crash out again because I can't. And I really like the people I work with, so it was a great way to end my week. And honestly, the last 2 days, um, my job has canceled service, so it's been really cool to be home the last 2 days and not really have to leave the house, which is nice. I work 2 jobs too. I work part-time as a server, which is great. Liking your coworkers. Yeah, honestly, I love the group I work with. Like, at my day-to-day, like my full-time, I don't really have like a staff of people. Like, I haven't really met anyone I work with. So it's really nice being a server at a restaurant where like everyone's super present. Um, you actually look like one of my coworkers. We are coworkers, don't you remember? Literally all by myself. Oh shit, you're right. Pancake, don't you remember? Like I'm trying to decide if I want to end stream here or if I want to keep playing something else. I'm seeing the time. I should probably get food soon, maybe dinner, but I'm not really feeling hungry. Like, I'm wondering if I can play something else for a little bit, but I should probably get food before it's too late. It's the New Yorkers. Yeah. Literally. We had break together, my bad. Yeah, exactly. Don't you remember that one time, that one shift? That one time was so funny. I think I'm gonna end there. I'll be live tomorrow morning. We're gonna be playing Pokemon. Okay, guys. We'll be playing Pokemon tomorrow morning. We're gonna play a Nuzlocke. So we're gonna be naming Pokemon after people, after our community. We're gonna hope and pray nobody dies. Um, and we're gonna try to complete our first Nuzlocke on stream. I mean, it'll be a multi-part situation, but I feel really good about using stream as a way to complete things. Like, yes, it took us maybe a week to get to the quarry, but I was happy that we could get to the quarry. Yes. Okay, so Ali, like in real life, Pokemon don't die. Like they don't have like a lifespan. They just level up and you can max out their level or whatever. Now, with a Nuzlocke, part of the rules is that you're limited to how many Pokemon you can actually have. And if a Pokemon dies in battle, they're dead forever. So we're gonna have a graveyard. We might even have to sacrifice some people to like push forward in the game. We're gonna be playing a modded version of Emerald. So it's gonna be a little unique and really interesting. But yes, are we ready to kill some of our friends? Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of killing, let me go into Steam and put Cult of the Lamb in my cart because I really want to start playing that game, and I think we would have so much fun playing that on stream. I have a few things in my cart right now. Oh, Paralyze is back to full price. It was on sale last week. What friends? Yeah, so be there for the Pokemon Nuzlocke so that you can see the progress. You can see me crash out some more about trying to keep everybody alive. Um, I had so much fun streaming today. The Sims stressed me out today. I don't know what was happening, but the bed was bugged. I'm gonna have to figure out what's wrong with the save for a little bit. Maybe I'll deactivate the mods and redo that room. Maybe use a new bed, but not the full price. I know. We love a good Justy crash out. We love a Justy crash out. Anyway, I'm not sure what's for dinner, but that's what I have to go figure out. I'll miss you too, Pancake. I always miss you guys when I'm not streaming. Like I say every stream, like stream is so much fun because I get to hang out with all my friends on the internet. Like this is my place to see you guys, and it's so hard for me to be on stream, like on Twitch during the week. So I always feel so bad when don't get to see everybody, and I'm just happy when people come and hang out with me. Um, I really do miss you guys. I'm so invested in you all.